All right, King Dreamer, man, what's up?
What's going on,
We
bro?
out
How are
here,
you?
we here to pod, and I want to get right into the conversation. I feel like there's a lot of things when it comes down to masculinity, and a lot of, I would say, the mainstream looking to cancel strong-minded males in the space of content creation with our talking points and things like that. Why do you think that's
Mm.
happening right now?
Um, because a lot of the people that's what we consider mainstream, um, we're looked at as a threat to them, basically. So, I mean, it's not when you break it all down, it's not we all have to coexist together, but people are divisive. People like to pit we over here and then y'all over here, and so if they silence us, then that's a win for them. When we all just trying to coexist peacefully together, you know what I mean? So, I think it's them feeling that as though it's a threat,
No, I feel you.
to whatever agendas that they have going on. Basically, it's an
I
agenda
don't know.
that they have going, whatever that
Yeah,
is. You know.
and I feel like the agenda is about self improvement. You know what I mean, and things like that. Like yourself, I've checked out your channel. I'm a big fan. I love what you're doing. You know what I mean. The talking points are on point. You know what I
Appreciate you.
mean. And to get
Appreciate
these experiences for myself as a podcaster to have more conscious conversation with dialogue. It's good to see positive brothers like yourself making awareness to these things.
Appreciate that.
You see what I'm saying? But then you got the mainstream kind of want to
Yeah.
bring it into all of, yeah, listen, we should be weak. We got to be, figuring out things. We have to have this thing called equality between men and women. Me and you both know that there's no such
Right,
thing as
right, right.
equality. You know what I mean? Why do you
Right.
think some men
Right.
have a issue? You know what I mean? With a lot of the talking points.
Why do you think men have an issue
I
or
would say
women?
some men,
Or
because
what you
I feel
mean?
like some of these men now are coming out trying to do reaction vids. You see what I'm saying? To
I don't even pay attention
mm,
to them, bro. I don't know. I don't even pay attention
hmm
to that, bro. So like whatever they have a I mean, people have their own agendas at the end of the day. And so let's say if somebody make a reaction video to me, I don't even watch it. Like on my TikTok, I don't even watch when people stitch my video. I don't even watch them, bro. To be honest, so I don't know what the issue is. To be honest, I do see comments here and there, and sometimes what I say may threat. They may feel threatened, based on their agenda. Their agenda may be threatened some guys, but I don't really talk the way that I'm coming, and my message is to help guys. So, I don't know why a man would have a problem with it, because again, I don't listen to it. Like I don't listen to the reaction videos. I don't listen to the negative shit. So some people send me stuff all the time. Oh, look what we say. I'm not
of
watching that
course.
shit, bro. So, now if a person which has yet to have, if they direct me, well, it has happened one time, and I engaged him. But if a person message me directly, the person who has a problem, they come to me directly, then yeah, I listen to it and respond to it or whatever. But by and large, I don't really pay attention to the negative feedback that people may have. So again, I don't know why a man would disagree with anything that I say at all.
We see a lot of these men out here disagreeing with the strong alpha males. You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's corny because I feel like men are supposed to be riding with men. You know what I mean? We're leaders. We know what it is
Right,
about. You
right,
know
right,
what I mean? It's
right.
like, I always like to use sports parables. People hated Jordan, but you couldn't disagree with his game. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because you know what he was about and things like
Right,
that.
right, right,
So when it comes
right.
to the art, go ahead.
Now, when you say other, now I do see people. A lot of times, I'm gonna be real. Now I understand what you're getting at. Now, like there's guys who kind of publicly come at certain talking points or whatever. To be honest, them dudes just hustling because they know women will buy the bullshit. So it's just a hustle at the end of the day. They know deep down that you know people we talking. I can't speak for everybody else, but my shit is real, and a lot of other people they speaking real shit. But a lot of the times when you see people, other men going at that, it's just a play for pussy points, to be honest, or to score some dollars from the female. It's big money in pandering to women. It's big money in pussy points. So you really can't dispute anything that, especially I say, you can't dispute. There's nothing to dispute. There's nothing to be wrong about. This shit happens. So I'm just highlighting shit that happened on a large scale. What is there to dispute? So pussy points, bro.
Before you get into this powerful content and this conversation, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button on the channel, because that's the best way you're going to stay up to date with everything that's going on. Like, share, comment, review, and let me know what's going on, people. Blurred. I just smile because it's such a blurred line and things like that. I know a lot of your talking points is deals with game and things like that, but I want to spin it off when it looks at the metaverse, because the metaverse is what we're in currently. Just with all the content, all the stuff like this, and women have these inflated egos. Speak to the women here, how they can stop having inflated egos when it comes down to living in the social media digital age, my man. Because it's your wheelhouse now.
Speak to women on how to stop having it. I mean, to be honest, I don't speak to women. As far as my work, I may be talking about things that women do, but I speak to men about the shit that's going on so they can best protect themselves and their heart and their resources and shit. So me personally, I don't care to hold women accountable. Like if they want to have inflated egos and knock your fucking self out and run again and hit a brick wall, it's, I would say it as a form of advice or a gem is when you live through ego, right? When you live your life through, having a big ego and how you just called it, like a delusional macro mega ego, you're not gonna get nothing positive comes from that. I'm not saying live your life in humility, but you need balance, right? And if you thinking with your ego, when you thinking with your ego, you're not gonna be able to see things for what they really are. You see what I'm saying? Prime example, you thinking with a woman is a prime example of a woman would be thinking with her ego. I meet a woman, right? And I just want to fuck. All I want to do is fuck. But I act like, that I like her a little bit more. Now, a woman who has a big ego won't be able to see the red flags and the inconsistencies of my behavior and the things that I'm saying versus my behavior. But a woman that has a big ego, wouldn't be able to say that. But a woman who's see what's going on with me. But a woman who's a lot more grounded, a woman who's, more healthy and has a healthy, balanced mentality will be able to see through my bullshit a mile away. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to play on a woman's ego. There's nothing to play on a woman's ego. And if your ego big, you leave yourself vulnerable at the end of the day, men and women. But speaking to women, this is why women get circles ran around them now, because of their big egos. And guys know how to play to those egos. It's easier to cater to a person's ego than to actually to fulfill a regular humble, balanced person. It's easier to please the humble, balanced person than it is to please somebody's ego. So when you operate in from an egotistical standpoint, you leave yourself vulnerable for any and everybody to come and run circles around.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I teach men the same thing.
It's so true. Sometimes just you can judge a person by how they're coming towards you. You know what I mean? Like you say, if you want to smash and dash, and hey, this is what we're going to do. If you want something a little bit more formidable, maybe we're going to have a different approach, and things like that, for sure. Right. So no, I like that you say that there. Mm-hmm. Men, because I want to speak to men now, because men and me, we butt heads a lot. They always come to this conversation piece where they say is how to reveal a woman's true intention right away. What is some of the things you tell men for them to be able to know that? What's her true nature? Nature. Is it going to be where it's like, okay, maybe I take her out on a date, I spend too much money, and then I don't get nothing back from her. She was just like, this is the date, and that was it. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys out here, some of them, yes, you say they want to smash. Some of them want a relationship. Speak on both sides of the fence for me there.
So the best way to, I mean, not that a woman's intentions don't matter, but I pay attention to more so the value that I get from a woman and how she treat me. So she could, let's say she just, all she wants from me is money, but she ain't gonna get nothing she don't work for. So at the end of the day, even swap, even swindle, baby. You know. So I tell guys, and the best way to see a woman's true intentions is to just make her be about you. You know, have her, you know, invest into you as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, she coming over to your house or whatever, or she coming to see you, say, can you stop by the store and, you know, pick up me a 6-pack from the gas station? You know, little things like that. You know, if a woman, the more a woman earns you, the more she appreciates you. So you may have a situation where a woman, all she, you know, at the end of the day, all she wanted to do was get some food from you and shit, you know. But if you can slowly, I don't want to be too much publicly because that's this type of shit I sell on the back end. But if you can, you know, slowly and incrementally get her to, you know, invest her time and energy into you, now she's invested now. You see what I'm saying? And it starts to become, oh, he's actually pretty cool. Well, something is different about him. I don't know what it is about this dude. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to not be taken advantage of, the best way to see a woman's true potential, the best way to curb from being taken advantage of is to just make women earn everything that they get from you, you know, and make sure that she's being reciprocal. You understand? And screen thoroughly and take the time to, you know, take the time to screen and don't ignore red flags. If, you know, people always show the red flags. It's just, again, when you operate in ego, you don't see it. When you operate in ego, like, guys fall for, a lot of guys in my, because I coach a lot of guys, they fall for women who get submissive really fast, especially sexually, right? And their ego tells them, oh, I just got it like that. Instead of, you know, instead of seeing the red flag for what it is, like, what healthy person is just going to give them all themselves to you right away like that? You know what I'm saying? That's what a healthy mind would say. But when you're thinking from your ego, you don't see it. So take your ego out of the game and look at things for what they are and see the red flags. And you make a woman earn everything she get from you. Guys always be like, oh, gold diggers this. You know, how do I, you know, how do you deal with gold diggers? I don't deal with gold diggers. And if I did, she gonna earn. No woman is never gonna get nothing out of me that they didn't earn. It's nowhere. There's not one woman. I've dealt with hundreds of women. There's not one woman on the planet that can say they finesse. Maybe probably one. There's one woman that can say they got me a long time ago. But the most, they can't say that, and they're not gonna say it because that's how I am. If you get anything from me, you earned it. So that's the way to see a woman's true intentions, basically.
There's a mouthful there because I'm thinking back in my mind. I remember one time I went out, I think it was like the movies or something like that, right? And yeah, you know, everybody's different, but people buy the popcorn, the drink, the this, the that, whatever. And this one particular girl shows up with candy. She's like, hey, here's your favorite candy, because people listen. You see what I'm saying? And it's like little things like that makes you respect a person. And it's like, they show up, right. You know what I mean? So it goes back to what you said is like, if she comes over to your place or you go whatever, and she has something that's already there, that tells you that she's intentionally listening to what it is you are and who you are. You know what I mean? The little things, people.
And she's taking the effort. She's taking time out of her day to accommodate you. Now, on a law, like on the grand scheme of things, that's a small gesture, but those gestures add up and they compound.
So true.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, when women do stuff like that, you take that for what it is and you make sure you're reciprocal. I'm not saying if she do that, then you give her the moon. You know what I'm saying? But you make sure you're reciprocal and make sure that you let her know that things like that, you appreciate things like that. Because, you know, they do it for validation too. They want to hear you say, oh, you know, I appreciate it and shit. That makes them feel good. Anytime we do something for somebody and it helps them, we all feel good at the end of the day. So, you know, you just reward them for doing this shit and they'll keep doing it. But again, it's a small, like the grand scheme of things is small. But again, those little gestures add up and they compound over time. And the more a woman is invested, the more deeper she gets, the bigger these gestures become. And next thing you know, she's head over heels for you.
Real shit.
You know
real shit there. Real shit. what's in your personal experience before we get out of here? Where do you think relationships are heading right now? Right, everybody has a different take on this. I'm talking about
Same.
no.
Go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Like, where do you think they're heading right now? I feel like they a lot of men are saying, "Oh, I can't date anybody because it's so hard out there," and it's like, is it really though, or is it you? I don't think it dating's hard. I just think
Yeah.
it's you as a person.
It's not hard. It's not hard. It's different. It's not hard at all. It's very different, but it's not hard. And I lost my virginity in 1999, so I've been since the 90s. So I've seen couple different waves of different women and the way that they behave. Different, from the early 2000s to the mid, 2010s to the, from 2015, 16, like pre-social media, like blow up to now, like it's all different phases. So it has changed a lot, and guys just have to adapt. Guys still date like it's 1950, and that's the problem. It's not 1950 anymore. You can't date like that. A lot of the things a lot of the game that worked in 2005 don't work no more. Like like a woman coming, you calling a woman to your house, or you get a hotel with a woman, you fall asleep on her and shit. That used to work like a charm back in the days, right? You just fall asleep on her, act uninterested. That used to work, but it don't work anymore because women don't have to, like back then they didn't have the access to men like they do now. Back then, if a woman wanted to get a man, she had to do herself up, go get an outfit, go get her hair done and all this shit, right? Get her makeup done, get her hair do, get her nails done, and then go to the club and then hope a guy come holler at her. See what I'm saying? I don't know how
38, my man.
All right, so you remember a point in time. Pretty sure you remember at a point in time where if you was talking to a girl and you go talk to a girl, or you met a girl at work 15 years ago, and she at work, and you try to holler at her, she'll say, "I'm talking to a guy. I can't talk to nobody else because I'm talking to a person right now," right? Versus now, they don't. It's not like that because they have they have a lot of options. So to continue what I was saying, if a woman wanted to get some attention, it took effort to get attention from male. Now, if she go outside and go to the good hood gas station, they gonna holler at her. If she go to the mall, they gonna holler at her. But she had to get her ass up, put on clothes, look good, and then go, and then wait for somebody to holler at her. Walk a certain type of way, move a certain type of way. She learned how to choose on dudes and give them signals and shit. They don't have to do that no more. So if 15 years ago, if I would have played the whole not interested game, which is an ego game, just to get women to chase their egos, right? The women with big egos, you just act uninterested. So if you do that, you would have did that, then a woman would chase you. Women ain't really chasing you on no shit like that now. Now they will if they invested into you and they got feelings and shit like that. But like in the beginning, that shit don't work no more. And guys are still dating like that. And that shit don't work. Guys are scared to escalate and close a deal. If you would have been 15 years ago, woman come to your house, and you fall asleep on her and y'all don't fuck or nothing like that, you don't make a move, she'll still fuck with you. Nowadays, that's the main reason they ghost you, because they look at it like, I just shaved my kitty cat, just shaved my underarms, my legs, that took an hour. I had to do my eyelashes and my eyebrows, that took an hour. Had to do my hair, that took an hour. I had to find something to wear, that took an hour. I had to take a shower, that took an hour. It take 4, 5, and I had to find the matching bra and panties, that took an hour, right? And if anybody know, if you live with a woman, women dress raggedy as fuck. They wear the biggest drawers with holes in them, the dirtiest bra. But you ever hit that ass the first time, they have the cutest set, right? So they had to find the cute set. So they do all this shit to get ready. Take 5 hours, go all the way to your motherfucking house, and you don't do nothing. They like, this nigga just wasted my fucking time. And they on to the next, because it's 500 dudes in their DMs now. Back then, you could have pulled that, and then that'll make them chase you more. So guys just date different, and guys have not evolved with the way that women have evolved in terms of dating and relationships. So if they don't catch up, then
boy, oh boy. Listen, you speaking real shit though, because it's like me being 38, yeah. And how old are you?
37.
Okay, we around the same age, so it's fine. It's all good. A whole year, if that, right?
Yeah.
you see it's changed so much, and it's like even when you go out and you go to these bar patios and see it, and it's like with the little notoriety that you have in the city or respective realm and stuff like that, people gravitate to you. And I always say to people, it's like, listen, just level yourself up to the best you can. You gotta level up yourself to a point past where Mario's eating the mushroom. You know what I mean? You got to be to the top of the top of the top, because that's what's gonna make you get to where you need to get to. And when you get to there, that's when you're gonna get that respect. And when you get that respect, what's gonna end up happening? Scarface said it best. That's when the woman comes. That's when the money comes. That's when everything comes all in together. You know, and things like that. So
Right.
we just got to do better, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ladies out there, I always
Yeah.
say it. Just lower that ego just a teeny bit. Don't be so superficial, because if Instagram goes away, it's gonna be like a Thanos snap. You're gonna go away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.